really have to just start writing down. I'm driving though, but writing down, videotaping me, recording me, because God, it's just so amazing. God has put a lot of stuff He just pouring a lot, man, and it's just like bing, bing, light on. When you get alone, it defeats the spirit of loneliness. Loneliness is a spirit, and it has you feeling like you're by yourself. But what God just showed me was how, when things depart from our lives, and when things go and it has you to a place where they were your everything, and now it's like you're just alone. When you have that feeling of loneliness or the spirit of loneliness, that's because you filled yourself up with so much of what was not from God. And you filled yourself up with things that, or you filled yourself up with someone, just like death. When a person leaves your life that you were very close to, it's going to hurt, because that person was around you often and everything. But so you're so much attached to that person that during the time of when it's time for that person to separate from the earth, it's like, what have you filled yourself up with to prepare for that moment? The only thing that prepares you for any moment of loss, which is inevitable, breakups, which is inevitable, is God. So when you go through those places, you don't have to have the spirit of loneliness, but you can be alone and be in solitude, but have solace and comfort in God. When you're building relationships with people and everything, don't forget to include God as your daily routine, as He fills you up. So when you become detached to that person for whatever reason, because it's going to happen, the Spirit of the Lord will comfort you. Heartbreak, loss of a loved one, grief, part of any natural being. But when you're so caught up in that person, and you're so caught up with that person leaving your life, and you can't get over it, you have to question, why is this loss so hurtful to me, and why I'm not getting comfort? Grief is inevitable, crying, grief, that's all a part. Even though, a person who's filled themselves up with God, it hurts to be severed, but there will be a time that God will comfort you. And when you don't experience that comfort, and you experience anger and resentment, and then you start resenting God, was you really filling yourself up with God in that relationship, along with that relationship? God said there is a spirit of loneliness, and then it's a difference than being alone. And when you get to that place that you're not lonely, but you're alone, then He can speak to you, that place that you're just alone with God and communing with Him in your thoughts and your prayers, He's going to speak so clear to you that you know God is speaking to you. God has to get you to that place. And we have to fill ourselves up. There's another relationship when we have our earthly relationship. Don't forget the relationship that's most important is the spirit with Christ, or is the relationship with Christ. Because flesh is going to pass away sooner or later. We don't know. Sometimes it's unexpected. But flesh is going to pass away. People are going to walk out on you. People are going to leave you. And that is a part of life. But when you are filling yourself up with God, along with these relationships we have, God is going to bring you from that place of loss, grief, and comfort you, and not leaving you in the spirit of loneliness, but He will seclude you, and He will put you in a place of solitude, but you will have solace. I had to get that out. Okay. Amen.